Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video on this bright and sunny Wednesday morning. Hope you guys are all doing well. It has been a bit crazy in the world of Newcastle United over the last few days, and we've got plenty to talk about. It's crazy in my life at the moment. I've got the bathroom man coming round shortly. Need to make a start on this wall. The new house is coming along okay, but it's nice to sit down, have a cup of tea before I head off to work and talk to you guys about Newcastle United. And I have worn this shirt on purpose. The big launch of the new Newcastle shirt is coming this Friday. I don't think it'll be the third kit this Friday. I think it will just be the home kit. I think it will probably be expensive, but I also think there's going to be a lot of people lining up outside of St. James's Park, excited to see the first Adidas kit in quite some time. I've had leaked images of, particularly, I think the third kit looks great. I appreciate over the last few years, it is the white, it is the green, it is the kind of Saudi theme, and I know some people aren't too keen on that, and I think potentially the first few kits maybe, actually, I would say I actually quite like them, to be honest. I appreciate the reasoning, but I think the one that's been leaked as if almost a remake of this one, I think looks, obviously it's not the brown ale, but it is ales backwards, cellar. So I am excited. I will be buying all of them. I will probably have to space them out a little bit so that I can afford them all. But I am excited, and Newcastle are promoting it. They've put a huge lit up picture on the side of the Baltic, BMX for sale, with the phone number, the classic joke flag that's been going on for quite some time now, ever since that was shown by one of the fans in the crowd. If you ring the number, and I'll be honest, I haven't, there's meant to be a call on the other side saying, get ready for the Newcastle kit launch on Friday, as well as the fact I believe they're doing a light show on the Baltic on Saturday evening, I guess, to celebrate Newcastle, Cellar and Adidas all coming together for the first time. Remember when we had the Champions League? We were doing that there, weren't they? For the Champions League, BT were doing all of the lights and shows down on the side of the Baltic. I guess like they do on New Year as well. So yes, getting very excited for the end of this week. Let me know down in the comments, will you be outside the club shop just this Friday? I think it will maybe not quite be the midnight launches that everybody remembers, but I do have a feeling there'll be quite a lot of people queued up this Friday morning. So let me know your thoughts down below. Will you be buying all three? Or will you be buying them slowly? Or is there one that you think are going to... Because it's going to be, if the rumours are true, the third kit, the away kit from the 94-95 season, and then the classic black and white home shirts. But strips, money, bringing in money, players, summer window. One of our newest links as of, well, I say new. It's been going on for a couple of weeks, and it's James Trafford from Burnley, the goalkeeper. It's clear that Eddie Howe wants to bring a goalkeeper in. We've had some very heavy links to a goalkeeper that I think people have been quite excited about. And it is Mamardashvili. My hair's going crazy. Mamardashvili from Valencia. That everybody's got quite keen on. Obviously, 6'5", huge guy, has been a great presence over in the Spanish league. I think got the record for more straight appearances for any team in La Liga ever. A lot of excitement around that. A big price tag, 40 to 45 million. And Newcastle are obviously looking to bring in a goalkeeper. Now, the reports have kind of started to come out that James Trafford, the Burnley goalkeeper, just 21 years old, bought by Burnley at the start of last season, ahead of their Premier League campaign, for around 15 million from Man City. So he's only been there a year. But obviously he's a young prospect. Obviously not good enough for Man City to keep him on the books. Having said that, that isn't necessarily the way Man City roll. They sold Cole Palmer and he's gone on to be Chelsea's best player. So I wouldn't necessarily take that as too much. But a 21-year-old goalkeeper looking to come in and potentially join Newcastle United for a much lesser fee than what a Mamardashvili would cost. I think it's thought to be closer to the 15-20 million that Burnley paid for him, get their money back. He is also linked to Liverpool, Chelsea, even Bayern Munich. Obviously, company's gone out there from Burnley. Sounds like he might want to take his goalkeeper with him. So obviously he thinks a lot of him, that he's already bought him and now he wants to buy him a second time. And look, I think goalkeeper is a key position. I think going into the start of this summer, I wouldn't have put goalkeeper down as somewhere we should go and spend loads of money. Having said that, you look at what Liverpool did with Alisson and Edison at Man City, and maybe Newcastle is that time to go and spend the big bucks on a goalkeeper. Nick Pope, for the 10 million was spent on him, he's been terrific. And I've actually got no problem with Nick Pope being our first team goalkeeper this season. But it doesn't hurt to measure up and push for the future as well. You know, we've got no second choice goalkeeper. Karius is leaving, Dubravka's going to go, Gillespie's is going to be third choice, he's not going to be second. What we're doing next, I would bring in a Trafford to sit behind Pope for a season or two before he's ready? Or do we go in big and maybe have Pope fight it out for his first team spot? I think Trafford fits the Eddie Howe mould. He's English. He likes to go for his English players. He's a young player who you can mould. He's going to want to make him work hard. And I think training behind Nick Pope for a year isn't a bad shout. I don't think the reaction that Trafford has had online has been fantastic. But I'm open to it. And we'll wait and see what happens. And as we talk about players coming in, we haven't really spoken loads about players going out. And it's clear, I think possibly just by what's happened in that conversation. Mamardashvili, 45 million. You know, what's happening with the FFP again? How much do we have to spend? How much is Adidas coming in? How many shirts are we going to sell on Friday morning? Because that might, you know, like without a joke, that might actually, depending on how big this shirt launch goes, could in some way affect where we are probably in a season or two's time. It's probably not going to be ready to be put into Lloyd Kelly's pocket just yet, as we spoke about yesterday. But what players are coming in, going out? I think we will sell this summer. But interestingly, one that's popped up in the last few days is Kieran Trippier. Now, he was heavily linked in the January window to Bayern Munich for a fee of around 10-15 million, as was Callum Wilson linked to go and I think to a Spanish club in the end. Obviously it went quiet, nothing happened in the end. Reports are that could be revisited. Drink me tea. This summer window. Now, at the time in the January, I said let Wilson go. I appreciate what Eddie Howe said, was Isak on his own with his own injury issues. Was it worth the risk? Well, as it happened, Callum Wilson hasn't played a game all season. Did he come on once and score a goal? But otherwise hasn't played. I think we will revisit that this summer, and I would. Eddie Howe says that. I agree with what Eddie Howe says in that if we let Wilson go, we've got to spend big to bring somebody else in. And with the FFP issues, maybe that is the case, that we won't and we will let Wilson have another year. Having said that, Wilson alone with Isak isn't enough. Maybe without Europe it is. Maybe the tact by Newcastle has changed because of that. But I still think we need to bring in a striker or a forward player. As reported by The Athletic yesterday, a forward is certainly on the list for Newcastle United. But I think the big talking point at the minute, you know, we've got Wilson, we've got an Almiron. People are talking about maybe Miggy finally leaving this summer after, you know what, has been a good player. And you talk about that stint of games when he scored like 8 in a row. And that was like a year and a half ago. Since then, he's always worked hard, but you could argue that Murphy has possibly put more numbers. Well, is that true? Because I have not checked the numbers. Murphy has been playing more than Almiron has. But a huge figure in the dressing room is Kieran Trippier. And as I mentioned, the links are starting to recur again, as that Bayern Munich are still interested in him, and could he leave this summer? Trippier has also been linked away to Saudi as well. And it's some big calls, you know, without really knowing what's going to happen next. I think because we don't have Europe, maybe the call. But then we have to get back to Europe, you know. There's no point in selling everyone and then going, oh, we missed out on Champions League because we sold all of our not necessarily big players anymore, but maybe big voices. It's hard to know. Having let Dummett go, having let Richie go, I think Byrne will still be a big voice, but I think Wilson will as well. I think Trippier will too. So you kind of. You know, I was listening to, I know we're changing the subject here, I was listening to Wayne Rooney chatting to Gary Neville about like how the players moved up, like Giggs and Scholes left, and then Rooney came in with a few others, and he said that after that there was kind of no one. And I think that was the one thing that he said that I thought actually sounded alright, was maybe Newcastle need to consider doing I think Eddie Howe is. I think that's why we've seen some of these players hang on maybe a bit longer. But when there's a £15 million bid on the table for a Kieran Trippier who really didn't finish the season great, Livermento's in the wings, do you take the money or does he stay another season? Honestly, I think I would probably stay early this window. I think I would keep Trippier. I would look to move other players on before him. He's not the one I'm going, right, get him out the door. I am looking at the Wilsons, at the Almirons. I'm just searching the market to see what's out there, really, before I look at a Trippier, because I think he is big, and I know I don't have Europe, but I think he's still a player that will bring a lot on and off. Let me know your thoughts down below on the links to James Trafford. What shirt are you going to buy this Friday? And Trippier, are you keeping him for another season, or is it time to move El Capitano on while he's still worth a bit of money, or do we just keep him for the next 3, 4, 5 years? Move him into coaching role, we'll keep him forever. He's still an England international. He captained England the other day, so it's actually crazy to kind of talk about it in that way, but that's kind of been the feeling for the end of last season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, guys. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you later.